Hello everyone, and welcome to the sideboard at the StarCityGames.com Indianapolis Legacy Open. I'm Glenn Jones. I'm here with Rob Vaca.
Hello.
You guys might remember Rob from mere hours ago when he managed to win the Standard Open. Switching over into Legacy, he played something a little different now. I'm going to go ahead and let you explain your deck.
Yeah.
What is it?
The deck is essentially a blue-white combo deck built around Rest in Peace and Helm of Obedience. The combo used to work with Leyline of the Void, because the way Helm of Obedience reads is Alliance's mill card. You pay X and tap it, and it mills X cards until X cards hit the graveyard, or you hit a creature. So with Rest in Peace in play, they're all exiled, nothing ever hits, or with Leyline of the Void, what used to be. Sure. Nothing ever hits the graveyard, mills forever, they die. What Rest in Peace allows us to do, though, since the effect is symmetrical, you get to play Energy Field, which prevents all incoming damage from sources you don't control. So basically, creature decks like goblins, merfolk, things like that just have no way to interact with you.
Sure.
Originally, we have Luminarch Ascension in the deck as an alternative win condition. We used to be Jace. He got cut because he doesn't live inside the energy field. He stands outside and dies.
Luminarch Ascension lives very well inside the energy field.
Very well inside the energy field.
Okay.
Some of the other choices, the other combo in the deck is Sensei's Top Counterbalance.
And obviously, because both Top Counterbalance and Helm of Obedience Rest in Peace are artifact and enchantment combinations, and Light and Tutor is just the best way to tie everything
together. Correct. It brings the whole thing together. You can either fetch any piece you're missing. Detention Sphere is an enchantment and a blue card, so it fetches up and pitches the force. At some point during testing, we had Supreme Verdict as well. Turns out it wasn't really necessary. We beat the creature deck so well anyway. It just got cut for something else.
So I know before we came over here, you discussed that the major vulnerability of the deck was disruption, especially in the form of counterspells.
Yeah, it's one of the others usually find counterspells or discard. I just lost a blue-black land still with Inquisition, Thought Seize, Force of Will, Jace, like everything just crushed me. Not close. Game one, I probably could have waited. His pressure wasn't that high. I ran a helm out, knowing there was a 1 on top of my deck and a counterbalance in play, thinking I could play around Spell Pierce. He had counterspell, resolved a Jace, I died. Eventually, took a while.
Okay.
But yeah, that's the big vulnerability, is tons of disruption. But against the common decks in the format, Rug Delver, Maverick, even Show and Tell is a little rough game one. Combo, we have Flusterstorm main deck and tons of counterspells. But like against Rug Delver with Rest in Peace in play, Nimble Mongoose is a 1/1 thing.
Yeah.
Tarmogoyf's a goat token.
Rest in Peace is just a very viable card, I think, in general in Legacy, actually. It's pretty underrated.
Right. It is a very good sideboard card, and being able to play a main deck in a combo really gives you some velocity against the top decks in the format. I haven't played against him today, but my friend Sam Kaprowitz, who's top 8 at a couple of these, he is playing is currently 2-0 with it. Has crushed 2 opponents with it, so if you play against what you expect, the expected metagame, it's very powerful.
A lot of the people who also are weak to Rest in Peace aren't just weak to it, it does like annihilate them, right?
Correct, yes.
Yeah,
it
like
destroys their game plan.
You don't gain like 5% or whatever.
Right, like if Dredge doesn't go off on turn 1, you Rest in Peace, they're dead. Especially game 1, and that's their game. Like for Dredge's game is game 1, they win it, and then hopefully sideboard may lose game 2, sideboard something else game 3, win. When they can't win game 1, you have taken a bad matchup for a lot of decks and completely flipped it.
So because we're running in a Light and Tutor style deck here, we've also got a sideboard that can be used to run a variety of cards, which you've definitely exercised here.
There's 3 main deck in Light and Tutors. So, like I said, Show and Tell can be kind of rough. Most of the stuff they do is irrelevant. But Emrakul, because he can still attack. The energy field prevents his damage, but you still get annihilated. So there's 2 Ensnaring Bridges in the sideboard. Also Humility. And if it's the Omniscience version, there's an Arcane Laboratory as well.
Okay.
Maverick can be troublesome because sometimes they have 4 Solid Pride Mages and Gaddock Teague. That's just, it turns off Helm of Obedience because it costs 4.
Sure.
So there is a Humility for that, and Cursed Totems. And Helm of Obedience actually comes in that matchup because we want to accelerate the combo as much as possible. And we take out a whole bunch of counterspells anyway.
They don't have disruption.
Right, so we increase the velocity. There's also Sea Traders in the main deck to increase velocity. Also Energy Field for more creature decks. Combo, Swords is just dead against combo. We play the full complement main deck. So we have Flusterstorms in the sideboard, Arcane Lab, and Aethersworn Canonist. Oh, Proffery Nose is also from Maverick.
Yes.
Because 1 mana answer to Gaddock Teague that's tutorable.
That's very important.
It used to be Path to Exile, but that just doesn't come up as much because...
Sure. And when it goes unchecked, I imagine it can also just be
really
good against other decks.
Yeah, it just kills all the creatures eventually. Abrupt Decay was a concern, so there are 2 misdirections in the sideboard.
That's a nice solution.
Yeah, Abrupt Decay your thing, kill your Bob. So
Sure.
that's the big thing there. That's what misdirection was for Replicate, because it just annihilates the entire deck. Because everything costs less than 3.
Now, I know you said that you originally looked at an article by Carson Cotter on
Right.
the Star City site that
Right.
had something like this. Or?
Something similar to this. His deck was a little different. It was a very similar shell, though. I don't know. He didn't have. It was written for graphical spoilers were happening, so he didn't have Detention Sphere
okay.
in his deck. He didn't have as near as much counter magic. He had the Jaces, which ended up being bad. He didn't have City of Traders, which helps the get with velocity. Sometimes you can actually just kill them on turn 4,
Sure.
which is a turn ahead of schedule, because obviously Helm costs 4 and there's no other acceleration. But the Soul lands just let you cheat in Legacy so much. But the shell was there, because and obviously the blue-white shell is very intuitive with the combo because of
a lot of very
the
strong
main
cards.
The main 9
Got
cards
your
here.
brainstorms, your swords.
Right, brainstorm swords.
What else do
Basically,
you
you
need?
can defend yourself against most of the format, and then your combos in those colors, your tutors in that colors, your bullets are in that colors. So
Okay, well, I know that at Cincinnati, for viewers, we also had someone come very close, within striking distance of the top 8 with a similar deck as well. His name is Michael Bond from Denmark. Nice guy.
I didn't know he was a European player.
I met him. They were en route to Grand Prix.
Right, yeah, because
so,
Kayla would mention to me that you met
yeah,
them.
the archetype for this might have some legs. Hopefully, we'll see Sam in a feature match soon, and you
Yeah,
guys can watch
hopefully
it in
I
action.
can turn my day around. Sam did
Also
say
true.
Sam did say he had to win because he couldn't let me do better than him on the weekend. So that was his goal, was to win the tournament just out of spite, not for happiness.
Well, that's the best reason. I'm going to go ahead and let Rob get back to his Legacy Open.
Great.
Thanks for coming in, Rob.
Thank you.